I was about to congratulate the Minister, but I will do that again at another time. You can pass it on, Deputy. In discussing the motion, I think there are current issues that have always been there, but are now, because of COVID-19, accepted that if returning to school were a wound, the issue would be regarded as septic and would need a great deal of care not to end up fatal. Those issues are now recognised as many and great in numbers, but similar in vein. You must decide on a formula to get the schools reopened, as they have now been closed for in excess of 130 days. It's no easy task, and I appreciate that. The types of issues vary, but for sure, space is by far the biggest problem. I'm a past pupil of Ramsgrange Community School, one which I would have considered had little issues, but that's not the case. The numbers in the school have grown from 320 to just over 500 in 7 years. They have been requesting an extension for some 5 years, and they received news last year that the extension funding was granted, but most unfortunately, they will fall at the first hurdle of planning because of Irish water. Another hindrance to any progress trying to be made across the country, schools or otherwise, due to the fact that they have no funding structure and Irish Water have no current funds. This is the reason for a halted expansion to a new water treatment plant for the area that serves the school's environs, a project that's expected to be long-fingered for at least a year. Another wonderful school in my constituency is Kilran National School in Rosslare. Some 330 pupils will start back to school in late August or early September. This school has a wonderful new 3-roomed autism unit, it's wonderful to see, and Kilran is one of the few facilities that ran a summer provision course in full. And though Kilran National School were more than willing to provide their autism rooms to outside groups of parents desperate to use the facilities for their children who have received no services through COVID, they were prevented from doing so because of insurance issues. That's a real shame and a missed opportunity to utilise that facility for those most in need, and the only obstacle is insurance. Kilran will face a particular problem because they have no communal area or PE hall at all, and all that they can rely on now is to comply with social distancing guidelines is that new autism unit. But I hope that the department can remedy in real time for the benefit of the 330 children currently there and for those children of the future in Kilran. I expect that Rosslare will grow exponentially post-Brexit for various reasons, and there's every reason we should prepare our school also for that growth, and now is the time. There are similar issues in CBS New Ross, no PE hall or community area with just short of 400 pupils. It has rising numbers year on year. The pupils deserve the same facilities as the other schools in the town. Coláiste Breed and Carnew, though not in my Wexford constituency, just under half of its students come from the Greater Gorey area of North County Wexford. When I visited Carnew, it was pre-COVID, and indeed it was based in a very old building with classrooms no longer fit for purpose, as overcrowded numbers, which would be the national norms of other schools. What is not the norm is the size of the classrooms, and most likely will see one class now divided by 3. They don't, in effect, have the room to do this, nor do they have the teachers. And I regret to say that none of the above are capable of reopening in September without increased supports and assistance. This is only a sample, but while I'm optimistic about the roadmap for schools, I will say in all honesty and tell you that there has been praise for the department by all those I have spoken to today and over the last period. They welcome the support, albeit tongue-in-cheek, that they are welcome but overdue. And I think that's what they call an Irish thank you. There's also some criticism in that some of the information could have been delivered sooner to allow them to access tradespeople for the reconfiguring of their schools. They are not in plentiful supply due to the amount of reconfiguring taking place in all sectors, and I would expect that the procurement process has at least been alleviated for the school principals as an important factor in being able to get the work carried out. I fully appreciate that you have made a decision, and be it right or wrong, you will always face critique. And I hope that the problems will be few and far between, and that everyone's agenda is to get the children 130 days since attending school, along with the safety of teachers and all staff working in as safe an environment as possible. There is the issue of school transport, and I'll finish on this, Ceann Comhairle. Many of my constituents have complained that they've yet to receive a refund for their school transport. I would appreciate that there should now be a credit note issued to those parents who are being requested to pay in full for school transport by the 31st of July. But this evening, thank you to the department officials who contacted me to say that that deadline has been extended to the 4th of August. And what I would ask the Minister in these unprecedented times, that they would make sure that the refunds are catered for by that date. I won't patronise the Minister, because she herself is a teacher and will of course be only too aware of all of these problems. I just wish to highlight that post-reopening those issues will still be there, and I will take this opportunity to thank the staff in her department who have no doubt that they have all been under serious pressure with the Leaving Cert colleges and all that is within their remit, no more than the students, teachers and the public they serve. Thank you.
Thank you very much.